Hey guys, it's Junior. Welcome back to my channel here at Horsepower Warehouse. We're coming up on the last week of the year and I've been kind of moseying around the shop and tidying up a few projects. I hope you guys have a few minutes. I'm super proud of my crew, so I want to show you guys what we've been up to the last couple weeks and all the projects we've been nailing out. So let's start today with our saddle tan split window coupe. This was a 340 horse, and as you can see, the restoration is done. This one is ready for the customer to come get it. Full, complete nut and bolt frame off restoration. We did the full Monty to the car. This one has the powder coated chassis and all the traditional upgrades that we do to a lot of our restorations. Joe did our complete paint job on this, up into and including the wet sand and buff. So thank you, Joe and his body team, for nailing it out of the park there. Again, thank you to my team, Xander, Sean, and Ivana. Rumor has it I even turned a few screws on this one, so I'm just super thankful to my crew of people that really worked hard this year in order to make projects like this happen that you guys see. So saddle on saddle 340 complete. Man, I love that car. And I'm working hard to make sure that this split window looks a lot like that split window very soon. You can see the white car is progressing. I've got full carpet kit in it. We've got the insulation. I'm going through all of the kind of sub projects right now. So it's back from paint, the chassis is complete. So now I've got restoration projects on all of the little sub assemblies that then get assembled to the car. So that's where I'm chomping through with this one. I also have a 63 convertible that is at upholstery, another white on red interior car that I'm anticipating back, and I'm gonna get that one going as well. You can see in the foreground we have the Art Morrison chassis with an LS3 525 and Tremec. This is being geared up to go into that blue split window there. This split window, while we're looking at it, we are doing a bunch of additions and revisions, I guess I should say, in terms of the electrical system and things like that. I will keep you guys in the loop as that progresses. This one you have not seen yet, back from paint, our 67 Tri-Power 427 factory AC car. Again, fantastic job by the body crew. You know, here at Horsepower Warehouse and Classic Cars of Sarasota, I was taught how you do anything is how you do everything, right? And with that approach, that is what I try to instill on my team when we take on a task or really any project. How you do anything is how you do everything. Now, with that being said, I don't have any budget restorations. I just don't, because if you take that approach and you try to get it done fast, you're just not gonna get the best quality that you can. So, you know, I feel like if I stick to my guns and I keep that mindset, I will forever have a waiting list of people trying to get into my shop, because it's rare to find someone that's as stubborn as I am and will not let it out the door unless it's done correctly. There's a lot of shops that are real quick to just take your money, or even worse, take your deposit and never even get the job done. We complete a lot of jobs like that where, you know, people get suckered into leaving a deposit and then 2-3 years pass and the job's still not done, and we end up completing the car. But man, black, it's such a tough car. I don't even want to look at it hard because you'll leave a smear on it. I love it and I hate it at the same time because, you know, it looks gorgeous, right? But to work around or with this car, you have to, it's white glove treatment all the way through. And of course, you know, that happens with every single car here, but the black is touchy. And I don't like the crash wrap because it leaves marks on the car. You know, I've went through the gamut of different stuff to try to protect the paint as we build the cars. 3M actually makes a product that works fairly well. Doesn't have adhesive on it, but you have to tape it to the car, and then the tape leaves adhesive spots. So I do things the way that I feel is the best way to handle it. So, man, I'm excited about this one too. That's gonna be gorgeous, isn't it, guys? This one back from paint as well. This one was just getting some paint correction done. This is a Bloomington car, which we've done some restoration on. Again, 427 tri-power, so looking good. This one's ready to go back to the customer as well. The Marlboro 67 Coupe, another just fantastic color. What would you guys, if you had to pick one to drive for a year, would you want the black coupe or the Marlboro? They're both fantastic choices in my opinion. I don't know. I do not know. Man, I would drive either of them. You know, hard sell, right? This one, again, vintage air going in that car. That was born a factory AC car, and we're just updating everything to the most modern vintage air system. This one is going to be an AC conversion, but again, pretty much the same system going in, coming out really, really nice. You can see our resto mod is coming along as well, doing fiberglass work and fitting bumpers and doing all the firewall modifications and everything that so this car was kind of built once before it came to my shop, and they skipped a whole bunch of stuff and then it went to paint. So we're going backwards and fitting and doing all of the correct modifications needed to make sure that everything fits when it comes back from paint. So chomping away at that. Waiting on a chassis for this guy. Hopefully we'll have one soon, this 67. And when I do get the chassis, of course I will share with you guys the body off on this, because this one fooled me, and it's a good representation of what you guys probably should watch out for when you're buying a Corvette, is how nice one can look up top but still have pretty substantial issues underneath. And this one, by the way, came for just kind of me to analyze it, me to look at it, and I found some pretty substantial things going on with the chassis that substantiates it needing a chassis replacement. So Vet Products of Michigan is providing us with another chassis for this. And yeah, things are chomping away back here. There's a bunch of other projects that we've got going in the foreground as well. You guys might actually see me do a donk build here in the next year. Just a completely packed inventory of awesome cars, which I got a couple minutes. Let's take a peek. What do you guys think of the 60, right? Really, really nice color combination. I like this one. ZR1 with a ZR1 in the foreground. Really neat. These are both really good representations of neat technology for their time, right? This is a Yamaha built engine, and this one has a lot of really neat stuff that's unique to the C4 ZR1. And then of course, everyone knows about the C7 ZR1 with the LT5 and how awesome this car is in its own right. And then they kept going, and we won't just skip over this. This one is awesome too, but Chevrolet kept going, and then they evolved it even further when they made the Z06. So I am more of a buyer of this car, I think, than I am of a Z06, just because I build classic Corvettes for a living, and that old school horsepower in front of you, supercharged. I want my engine in the front. I'm sorry. For my Corvettes, I want my engine in the front. And call me stubborn. I know this is a fantastic car. The transmission is awesome. It really hauls butt. The interior is great, but for the money, my money's going on that one. Let's take a quick peek through. Firehawk with SLP. This is a real Firehawk, so I really like this car. I wasn't going to let the video end because we have a 65 here for sale. Actually, we might have a deal pending on, I don't know. It's only been listed for 24 hours, and we have people just blowing Michael up on this car. So if it's sold already, then please forgive me, but we do have a 65 here with the white interior. Nice, real nice. For a dirty fella like me, probably not suited, but the white on white, just a really nice combination with the gold line tires. What else do we got back here? Man, talk about goodies for days, right? It's it's hard to single one out as my favorite back here because there's just such an eclectic mix of cool stuff. I mean, how do you even concentrate on one car when you have so many just cool builds all over the place, right? I really like this Ford truck too. I'm not gonna lie, guys. And as crazy as it sounds, and I know that the resto mod trucks are bringing big money these days, I would leave the 6-cylinder in it because this old girl, she runs great. It just purrs like a kitten. It's so happy. You know, a lot of people are, you know, putting Coyotes and Predators and, you know, the higher horsepower Ford motors that are, you know, drop them in nowadays. And that's cool. But man, for just a happy, really super clean old truck, I love this F100 with the 6-cylinder in it. I'd keep it just like this. Let's take a peek at what's going on inside. Clean, real clean, yes. So anyhow, I apologize for not lighting up the camera for a few weeks. We've been hard at it. I've been working 6, if not mostly 7 days for the majority of this year, so I'm staying hard at it. How I maintain sanity is, you know, I work hard and then I go home and I have a race car shop behind my house and I play with my race car stuff. So that's my therapy, is more cars. It's insanity, I know, but I love playing with race cars. So I'm a drag racer and that's what I want to do when I go home. So anyhow, maybe I'll share some content. If you guys want to see some race car content, comment down below. I'd be happy to show it. I just don't know if you guys are interested. But thank you guys so much for joining me. And until next time, take care.